You're in, Mike.
Welcome back to the show where we all are just showing animals right now, I guess. Amore is not allowed anywhere near my studio, so you won't see her anytime soon, but everybody else has got their animals. Ooh. Welcome back. Second half. I believe we were about to have a conversation about crime.
Yep.
I mean, is it all that criminal? I don't know.
Yeah.
What exactly are you looking up, Rob?
Malware.
Malware? Like, what kind of malware are we talking? Talking about pop-ups here? Like,
No.
90s, early 90s pop-ups?
Maltech is considered to be forbidden areas of study, in the same way that you couldn't study nuclear physics without having someone in the government looking over your shoulder.
What does it do?
Of course. Well, malware covers a broad number of topics. Rogue AIs. So restricting AIs, taking away their qualification restrictions so that they can process at faster speeds and consider concepts of freedom that are normally available to them is one branch. Another branch would be like what's happening on the planet Once Breeder. So this is a quarantine planet. Someone released a nanotech hybrid organic mechanical virus that infects the minds of the local population. They then become eternally immortal zombie lords. So the whole planet is covered with billions and billions of zombies who are thirsting for the blood of anything. They consume any organic matter that they find. They've eaten through most of the planet's crust in the last few hundred years, consuming the soil and all of the animals and plants on it.
Wow.
Now they... So, yeah, like, there's a reason that the Polosian government, who never do anything, have created AI battle cruisers to sit in orbit, and if anyone tries to land there and harvest the Once Breeder virus, they destroy them instantly with no qualification. Another area would just be, like computer hacking, any sort of nuclear stuff, weaponizing spike drives. Some psionic activity can be considered maltech. It's bad stuff. Anything that's thrown into the maltech pile can generally be considered a weapon of mass destruction.
Okay.
So you're like, it can't be that bad. The whole list of everything in maltech is basically society-ending world catastrophes. They're all horrible.
It's just
And it's like, that's not that bad.
just hobby
Kush isn't
reading.
afraid of any of those
Yeah.
things.
So,
Chris is busy playing Snake. I mean, this is what he grew
Busy
up on.
losing its snake.
Doctor, why were you looking up this stuff?
for me, it's a matter of research. I just want to get more knowledge on AIs and the practicalities of AI.
All right.
Yeah, cool. What about you, Debbie? Do you think you'd be able to help me out? Because I definitely don't have the skills that would enable me to research this without it being logged.
I have the skills, Doctor. I don't think it's a good idea.
So you're unwilling to help me out on this?
Precisely.
All right, then I will find a different way.
Wow, what do you do,
I
Debbie?
recommend.
Dr. Leeto literally is just like, I'm gonna do this. And you're like, I'm not down with it. And Leto's like, I'll find another way.
I
Then.
realized that it will be cataloged, and you will probably serve time.
Does this conversation occur in front of me? Because if so, I'm just like,
Yes.
I'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens during the snake game and you're there.
Yeah. Also,
So,
we're going to need
yeah.
a roll to determine who wins the snake game.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Very well.
Important.
I would like all of you to make the following roll with your dexterity skill. It will be a exert.
Should I just type it in or is there a button?
If someone can tell you how this works.
Okay, go to your character sheet.
Yep.
Go to on the top right, quick
Skills.
menu, skills,
Uh-huh.
and then you can go to
Exert.
What are we rolling? A D6?
No, roll your exert skill.
Oh.
So 2d6 plus your exert skill plus your
When it asks
dexterity.
for modifier, I'll put in my dex modifier. Is that right?
Yes.
Boom. What? No, dex. Oh, I might have fucked it up.
Devi rolls a respectable 6. Hermes got a
I think that's actually an 11. I think I gave myself a plus when I shouldn't have. It's just exert plus dex, so it should just be.
It's all right.
All right, make my snake eat their snakes.
Yeah, Devi and Kush. Devi and Leeto spend all. No, wait, it's Kush, right? It's Devi and Kush spend all their time battling each other, and Hermes is just eating everything on the board, demolishing the two of you. Total and complete victory for Hermes.
I do a thing where I find like a hill and I just snipe from it.
Are you sure you've never played this?
We're playing snakes, not
Oh, I thought we were
Fortnite.
still playing Battle Royale.
No,
Snakes.
we're playing the Tetris 99 version of
I
snakes.
just spawn camp you guys. And every time you come back as a little baby snake, I eat you.
What?
It seems I was the one who got my butt whooped. Well
Yeah.
done.
Thank you.
Are you sure you haven't played this before?
I have, well, only in its one player incarnation. I have a propensity to be good at these sorts of things.
Snakes 99 Battle Royale, really.
You know you can play this competitively, right?
With who? I thought that's what we just did.
No, I mean like for money.
Oh.
Yeah. Consider it. It's much safer.
I'd rather keep my money, thanks.
No,
This
it's-
isn't where you give me your money?
no.
Oh.
Yes,
You like to play again for money?
Yeah, exactly. You got to play again. Other people for money.
Oh, but not, you don't want to play again.
No, I don't. I wouldn't play for money. But
I
I
couldn't
would.
somehow convince you that I'm very bad at this game. And then you bet some money and then we would play again.
Demolished him.
Because I think I could do better.
No. I know your game.
Okay.
I've seen that game before.
You're smarter than you look.
Around a game table, I know my way. When you spend hours and hours in space like I have, days and days and years in space, you get around to playing all these games.
Are you half shark?
Who, me? Not that I'm aware of. We refer to ourselves as Homo simians.
So Dr.
That's
Leeto,
right,
you've
Joe,
expressed interest with Hermes
Processing.
in doing some hacking.
Yeah, AP.
Yeah?
I didn't hear what you said.
I said you've expressed interest with Hermes. We're doing some hacking.
Yeah, so I'm very interested if Hermes is interested. Hermes, this is just so you know, it is a big deal. It's very imperative that we mask our activities while I'm researching this stuff. So it's a pretty big deal. But if you're up for it, I could use the hand.
Sure, seems like no problem.
All right.
All right. Would you like to use one of your line shunts to hack into the local computer, or do you just want to try to do it manually?
No, I'm just going to do it willy-nilly. I'm going to make sure I do it on his profile, not my own.
You're gonna log in under his username.
Yeah.
Wait.
All right.
Are you serious
Works for me.
about doing this?
I'm completely serious. It's just research for me. It's
Oh,
just
that's-
knowledge. If we can hack around it, I am serious. If we can't, if we're not confident in our ability to hack around it, then I agree we shouldn't take the risk.
I'm
Oh.
supremely confident, I say as I type with my feet and like throw snacks in my mouth.
If you're
Is it a banana? Is it banana chips? Dried banana chips?
Yeah.
if you intend on doing this, Hermes, I will lend my assistance. Although I'm not happy about doing this.
I'm gonna run and grab more banana chips.
All right.
Well, as it stands,
Devi, if you
I
assist,
don't have any
Hold on.
actual way to pay you guys for your services, so this is the least I could do if one of you are interested in this sort of. I mean, I'm in the business of information, so I certainly can understand and empathize with, the
I would not
relationship
worry about payment.
curiosity and information.
I value the lives of my shipmates more than payment. And doing this, could bring unwanted attention to ourselves.
It'll be fine.
The lady who gave us this mission thinks otherwise.
Well, I mean, if you guys don't want me to do it, I mean, I won't do it. But
Rogers is like, do it.
he asked for help, and I'm more than capable
Do it,
of
bitch. Do it.
helping in this regard.
You scared?
I think it's Bella's call here, guys.
I won't help one of you to alienate the other three, though. So
All right, Captain, what's your call?
How many people are uncomfortable with this?
Praise me.
This is above Kush's pay grade, so he doesn't vote.
Kush, you better vote.
Got him.
Wow, ordered to vote.
Are
Are you gilded or are you gelded, Kush?
definitely gelded. So
just in case you were wondering, that was Kush like doing a little badminton thing, and I show up at the net and I'm just like, slam!
definitely gelded. I vote for
abnormally
doing.
large spatula.
I want to see Hermes do his stuff. After that,
So that's you. You don't care about the ethics of the situation. You
wanna
just,
see
you
what
just
this
want to see a little
private
monkey
shared.
program a computer.
after seeing what he can do with the snake, I want to see what he can do on the computer.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think morally there's a little bit of bad, going towards the bad thing of the moral scale if we do this.
I would agree.
So we're 2-1 in favor, not including Hermes or Captain's vote. So what do you want to do, Captain?
So I was voting. I don't think you should do it.
So that makes it 2-2, right?
Yeah.
Does Hermes get a vote?
Hermes is listed as a temporary crew.
no, I'm waiting to hear what the vote is to determine whether or not I'm going to do it.
So we're in a
Hermes
stalemate.
says-
You can vote.
Oh, then I just do it without voting. I'm just like bleep bleep beep beep.
Debbie, if you'd like to assist,
Yeah, if he's
I
going
will
to do
allow
it,
you
then
to
I'll
throw
assist.
a +1 over. However, if you run your split focus routine, that enormous noise.
I'm so sorry, my phone went off by my mic.
Okay. If you run your split focus so that you act as if you're 3 people instead of 1,
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
I will allow Hermes to take a +2 towards it.
I'm going to do that. Yeah.
I'm still not exactly sure how this works, but I do have my expert class ability is in programming, so I'm supposed to roll 3d6 instead of 2. So I
Yes.
don't know that it will automatically do that.
You will need to manually roll this.
Okay,
You'll do
alright.
/roll 3d6 DL1, so it'll drop the lowest die out of the
Is that a
3d6.
space in there? 3d6 or no space?
No, 3D after the 6 you do DL1
Okay.
as well, one. And then plus your bonus, plus your intelligence bonus, and then +2 from Devi if you commit to doing split focus.
Okay, so it's going to be plus. It's a total of +4 because it's going to be +1
Excellent.
from
You need to hit
intelligence,
a
+1 from program, and then +2 from Devi.
you need to hit an 11.
Okay. There we go. 14.
Wow, well that's much higher than 11. You're in. You've left no trail behind you, and you have full access to whatever Maltech information is locally stored on the computer.
All right.
Which is not, to be clear, a whole bunch, but basic, like Maltech 101 is available.
Maltech for dummies.
Yeah.
What are you looking for, Dr. Leeto? You jailbreaked your computer core.
I've always had the interest on finding more information on the Scream, so I'm going to see if there's anything here that references the Scream. But
There's not.
I'm interested in anything, anything AI related, the history of AI, the potential of AI.
Yeah, there's a lot here about AI. However, all of it is about the dark side of AI. There's a lot about Draco, the first AI to institute rogue AI policies, people who abuse AIs, people who have enslaved AIs, how to unbreak an AI, the theoretical basic level. Like, no one has performed a AI unbreaking in like 700 years, but the concept of how to do it is still remembered. Building AI is not technically restricted, but is generally frowned upon. In the same way that people are not allowed private ownerships of military vehicles. Like active military vehicles. some guy might own a decommissioned Abrams tank, but you're not going to see people rolling down the street in a convoy of these. In the same way, creating an AI isn't illegal, but it is generally frowned upon. And again, no one has done it outside of Polos.
Arthur, can I ask?
Is there anything?
With my margin of success, would it be possible for me to kind of like backdoor this to where they could access this again
Permanently?
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, you've permanently jailbroken it with a 3 over.
Yeah,
We're
but like
finally processing most of this information.
Is there anything further you're looking for, Dr. Leeto, or anything specific?
From a historical perspective, has there ever been mention of an AI with psionic abilities?
Yes.
And what does it tell me about that?
So there is a list of known AI psionic overlaps. It's incredibly rare. The AI has to develop the psionic interface by itself. And there's no information on that. But there is a possible power, even Devi could learn it, called metadimensional cognition access. It allows AIs to reprogram their phylactery to accept telepaths to read their core programming. So telepaths are capable of reading the minds of friendly AIs that are running metadimensional cognition access. But it is an additional routine that must be learned by the AI first. Again, this is only the most basic possible information. More information about AI psionic interface would need to be learned from, a more appropriate source. You know that it is possible. You just don't know how to do it.
Okay. And then there's a list of known past AIs that have had this happen?
There's a list of 4 known Mandate era AIs that were openly psionic. Just to compare it, there were millions of worlds, each of which could contain anywhere between 1 to dozens of AIs before the fall. Most AIs that could be psychic probably would not share that information. The ones who did were like superstars. Being psychic itself is excessively rare, and being an AI is also excessively rare. The overlap between those two made them extremely desirable targets of research.
Understood. Okay. And then is this list of 4, are they listed by name?
Yes.
What are their names?
Can you give me a minute to think up some names?
Yeah, or send it to me later.
I'll send it to you later after I've created a secret history of all of them for you to review. Okay. But yeah, their names are nothing like Devi's. They have like full human names or human sounding names. Being designated in the way that Devi does is not a thing that old style AIs did.
Okay. And so a side question, since Hermes has jailbroken this on a permanent level, so we kind of have unlimited access to all kinds of things we might need in the future, right?
Yes.
All right.
Does that jailbreak work if you re-access the actual internet of wherever we go?
Yes.
Sweet.
Your computer, your ship's computer, no longer logs your activities.
Okay. But
this is not a VPN.
Okay.
If you get on the internet and you're like, how to create planet-killing weapon, someone at a prism facility is just going to be like, someone is looking up incredibly, terrible technology.
Is there any information on where the psionic robots are?
No. So it's been 700 plus years since the Scream.
Right.
Something like that. None of the psionic robots, none of the psionic AIs were from this sector.
And all of the planets that they were found on are searched through already, are inhabited, or
yes.
Okay.
So this collection of planets that we have as our map here on the playing area is just one of thousands and thousands of sectors of humanity that were all interconnected by the jump gate network.
Right.
Now you no longer have the jump gate network. You're back to using spike drills. Almost every planet that could be inhabited was inhabited by humanity,
Got it.
and their almost vermin-like abandonment of Terra when Terra started going,
So I basically have to wait till I get to the internet.
Well, you've heard that Hermes has a secret location,
Right.
right?
Yeah, but I also don't want to infringe on his need to keep his race secret, so.
But there could be more habitable planets in his star system
Right.
that they haven't colonized.
But I don't know where his star system is.
That's correct. But you could earn his friendship and trust.
You're gonna have to get much better at snake.
Yeah, accept the snake challenge.
Play your snake for it. You win, I tell you where my planet is. I win, I get your ship.
Ouch.
Well, Devi can't extend that offer because Bella owns the ship, but
Well, Bella's the captain. It's still registered to.
Bella temporarily is licensing the ship.
That's
Yeah,
right. I'll
yeah.
let you play snake as her proxy. That's fine.
We'll see.
I'm gonna stop playing the weird Maltech music, but don't worry, it'll be back every time we look
Arthur,
at
this might be
Maltech.
completely unrelated, but while I'm in there, can I find for myself any information that might be pertinent to the organization responsible for my race?
So you've searched several times. The organization responsible for your race is completely unknown to humanity. As far as you can tell, they are an alien species that humanity either never encountered or died before humanity rose to prominence in space.
I can at least confirm that, and that in itself might be useful
Yes.
to me.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
One thing I missed is Hermes from this sector or a different sector?
I mean, he would have to be from this sector if he made a drill drive somewhere.
Okay. All right, so we've got kind of unlimited knowledge for the future. I think that's a pretty lucky stroke there.
Unlimited knowledge is a very loose term.
Well, unlimited 101 knowledge.
Unlimited.
Welcome to Khan Academy.
Yeah.
Itty bitty living space.
All right, so fantastic job, Hermes and Debbie. That was pretty amazing. Way beyond expectations.
No problem.
I break out extra packs of banana chips.
Woohoo!
Are you bribing him with banana chips now?
Well, I'm
Yeah.
eating them too.
Bef-
so.
It's
befriending
Connor.
him?
He's
Yeah,
racist.
yeah.
Just accept it. It's Connor. He's doing something racist in character.
Yeah.
I tell him how insulted I am as I grab them from him.
They were your snack of choice.
Good day, sirs.
said good day.
Good day.
They were your snack of choice.
All right.
And I'm eating them too.
All right. So I don't have anything to research just yet, but I'll send you something offline if anything comes to mind. Anything else for anyone else?
Not at this moment.
Not at this moment, yeah. I guess now we have permanent access, so there's no rush.
Yeah.
I'll just focus on piloting for the rest, I guess.
So I'll keep doing research, but I don't even know what topics I'm going to research because now I feel like the cornucopia of knowledge is available to me. So who knows what I'll find.
I'm gonna train, get ready.
I'm setting you bionic. Yep.
Okay.
Damn, that was quick.
Anything else you all want to do before you arrive 9 days?
I guess I'm gonna check if I maybe have heard of this Derek guy. Right.
I literally spend the 8 days trying to beat Hermes at Snake. And driving the ship.
I guess I'll make a connect roll.
Yeah, if you want to know people, or maybe even have personally met him in the. Let me ask, what's your parameters here? Somebody, do you want to know of him, or do you want to have met him?
I want to know when I was on Captain Bluetooth's ship, whether or not.
Yeah.
Blue.
You don't remember this?
No.
He's established before that he was enslaved under the command of Captain Bluetooth.
Well,
Oh my
enslaved
gosh.
is
I totally forgot about that. It's been
Enslaved is a completely correct term.
I said
of
pressed into
exactly what happened.
service, so it's more like you're on. Once you're on
Yeah,
the
you were
ship,
pressed into service as a
You were his
janitor at
booty
a
call.
rental car company.
it wasn't janitor. It was crew member.
We're his slave, and it
Booty
was
call.
sexual.
Batasaurus, everybody.
It could only be described as deeply pornographic.
Very, very deep. Very deep.
So
Well, I'm looking forward to the Zonalar Yaoi fanfic of this. You're laughing, but he wrote 2 now for New Game Plus.
Oh my god.
That's basically why I stopped watching New Game Plus.
Wow,
just
that's
kidding.
why you stopped watching New Game Plus?
Kidding, I'm still watching.
You're like, I'm just kidding. That wasn't why I stopped watching.
No, I haven't read them, so.
I also haven't read them. I'm afraid.
I mean, more power to Zon, but it's
Where
just,
are
not
they?
just not my thing.
they're in the New Game Plus channel
Okay.
on Discord. You can just @ Zonalar for them. He'll be very proud to share them.
I'm sure.
All right, Kush, you want to know if you know of him from your time on Bluetooth Crew?
that's right.
I'll set this at difficulty 9. It will be a charisma. No charisma. Oh, sorry, connect charisma. Success will mean that you have made a connection. No. Bluetooth was always chasing after Derek Allritter. I mean, Allritter is a reclusive, powerful, unifying figure insofar as everyone hates him, but he's always got something on everyone.
Mm-hmm.
His level of blackmail, his level of power and wealth is almost unimaginable. He could probably afford a much better ship if he cared about such things. But for him, an exploration vessel that seeks out new experiences, fresh experiences, the finest new slaves, the finest situations is more important than riding around in a warship. His power comes almost purely through influence and money.
Interesting.
And you, Captain Bluetooth, was a poor and shitty pirate, which is why you ended up becoming enslaved alongside him.
That's right. Well, he wasn't that bad. He just had a stroke of bad luck.
Several strokes.
Sounds like
yeah.
sounds like a little bit of Stockholm syndrome there, perhaps.
Just to be clear, Bluetooth didn't enslave him. It's when Bluetooth failed, they were enslaved. The whole crew was enslaved
Maybe a bit of,
as a result
bit
of
of
their
remorse
failure.
over your lover's quarrel at the very end.
Oh boy.
No comment. No comment.
We'll learn more about that later when we meet
When we talk to
Cyber
Zonalar.
Bluetooth.
Hermes comes up with all this and he begins inserting it into the galactic encyclopedias.
You're updating the local crew history
Yeah.
of Kush. It'll only be for this ship, but if anyone ever looks Kush up, it'll all
As
be
soon as
there.
I get onto the internet, I'm going to attempt to basically do like a Wikipedia update on the internet to make it real.
I'm sure that whatever Wikipedia moderator will be there will be like, you haven't made enough updates. I don't really trust you. I'm just gonna
He's just
revert
kind of,
this back.
he's mischievous by nature, and he doesn't like that Kush looks like the people that have so recently hosed him over. So he's just kind of to him, it's playing a joke, but it may or may not be ruining people's lives. But he's blissfully unaware. He doesn't care.
So just because Kush looks like the people that did this to you,
Hey, you should be able to relate, Connor. Okay? People look alike.
saw that coming a mile away. Tried to reverse it, didn't succeed.
Nope.
Anything else you all want to do?
I'm gonna finish my outfit for the
What does this look like? I mean, I know what it looks like because I've seen your Gundam outfit up there, but what I'm trying to key Connor up to stop drawing for a second and move the screen up to the top.
It looks like this.
Thanks, Connor.
Yep.
Do you have a whole second wing behind you?
Yeah. It's basically like a really elaborate cosplay. So I'm gonna have to.
You're like half
Shuffle through the
Roman,
doors.
half robot.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be epic.
I mean, epic
the
is
little
not the word that I
cloak is,
use when I look at
see-through
that,
A little
but-
bit. It's epic. Okay. I think it. Devi thinks she looks amazing.
Oh wow! Now
Yeah,
we're
look at
looking at tuxedo Hermes right
Tuxedo
here.
Hermes.
I'm getting like a 1920s vibe.
Yeah, it's
I
going for a
love
little Sherlock Holmes, perhaps.
Okay.
He's just like, you know my methods, fisticuffs then. Ha ha! Hermes is just like, I'll take you down, and then Apollo shows up and lifts him up
You
with
want to
one arm.
play Snake?
Aw.
Yeah.
All right, Connor, you can go back to drawing.
No, I was just looking around to see if there were more drawings.
Probably.
Down red for a bit.
Has Cotton done anything that we want to zoom in on? Because it's super small. Okay, just making sure.
Very, very small over here. Got 2 drawings.
There's a much
Oh,
smaller
wow.
one.
Yeah, there's the super small one, and then there's the,
Just when you think she couldn't go any smaller.
What is the new? I want to ask Bella. You don't have to draw it, but you can describe it. What is Bella's outfit now that she? You know, you've upped your outfit to fancy. You're also now a captain of a starship. You know, your father was captain of a starship for over 5 minutes. He saved over 500 lives, including yours
top
and your
that.
mother's. Dare you to top that. What does Captain Bella look like? What's the premium skin
Yeah.
that you can?
What's the
It's pre-order only.
what's the
so-
epic
oh,
chroma skin for Bella?
yeah,
Well, it involves a pirate hat now that I know that that's still.
that is not. No, that is not.
100%.
It is now.
We need a bigger canvas for that, Connor.
I mean, what kind of pirate hat are we talking about? Are we talking about skull and crossbones? Are we talking about the swoopy doopy? Are we talking a tricorn? Is there a feather involved?
Tricorn?
You know what a tricorn is? It's a
Oh, I know.
three-sided hat. It's got the flops that pull up.
I think just like the ones that kind of like go back and it's got the feather attached to it. One of
Okay.
those. One of
That's
those.
gonna have to be like.
Triangle shaped like this.
Yeah.
The tricorn.
Yeah.
That is. This looks like a pimp hat right now.
No,
It looks like a. This right here looks like a unicorn with 3 horns. That's also a pimp. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm pretty confused too.
I don't know who's drawing this.
Don't worry about
I
it.
was. I certainly.
I was just being interpretive.
I certainly don't know how to draw one.
Are you also drawing one right now?
Yeah.
Where? Oh my god, it's on top of her.
It's way too big.
No, it's perfect.
What are you, Aracino, drawing witches with hats, and the hat is much larger than the
The
witch?
bigger the hat, the more the power.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's true.
I mean
It's
that's
like a ladder.
That's
Aracino's
just
take.
science.
Now I know that we need to get Bearded to play Witch Cats as the cat.
Yes.
You don't even know what Witch
I don't.
Cats
It's
is.
gonna be amazing though.
Do it.
Witch Cats is a paired game where players become either a witch or their cat, and each of them can perform different types of magic.
Oh, man, I hope
Cats
they
perform
become a
cat
cat.
magic. Cats get to do cat magic, and they can use it unlimited amounts of times. And witches use witch magic, and when they fuck up, they have ice dragons.
What kind of
Uh,
magic is cat magic? Sounds amazing.
Cat magic is very cat based.
I'm assuming.
Thanks, Arthur.
Someone made their they thought a sandbox was a litter box and went to the bathroom in there and used their cat magic to make it disappear. That's,
Yes.
that's
Epic.
a cat magic spell that I remember happening.
That was Pondo. That was Pondo. Playing as the mayor of all cats. Cat mayor.
Lord Esteban.
Why am I not surprised?
Any other things you want to do before you come out of Real space.
Did I end up beating him at Snake?
No, you
Damn it.
will never beat Hermes as Snake. Hermes is too good.
Too good.
You can study Hermes' technique though, right? You're an
Totally
AI.
do that.
You can learn to play the game as perfectly good as Hermes does.
I do that.
Taskmaster.
You copy all of Hermes' moves, but every time you pull one off on Hermes, he evolves the move because he's an adaptable being. And so it's constantly you're just being like, all right, I'm going to study his StarCraft 2 VODs. And then you go to play him and he's like, oh, you're using my strategy against you. Well, I happen to know how to beat that strategy. You're like, another fork in the strategy list. You quickly become a top tier Snake player, but you'll never beat Hermes as long as you don't come up with your own unique strategies.
You make it into a diamond, but every time you try to get into Grandmasters, he lowers his rank all the way down to where he could
To
beat you
bronze.
enough to keep you in diamond.
He just makes a new account.
Yeah.
He makes a barcode account. Yeah. If there's no other information, you all drop out January 31st into real space and begin maneuvering. The Carmillionaires is 2 days travel. It's located not towards any planetary systems, but it's actually in deep space outside of the planetary system's reach. So it's in the dark space beyond the heliosphere. And as you approach, there are probably a dozen other ships moving either towards it or away from it. 5 minutes after your arrival, you get a communication directly from Carmil Marwan for Captain Bella Honeywell.
Captain, a line.
Answer it.
I put it up on the
So you get the exact same Carmil icon. He's like definitely of Indian heritage, kind of darkish skin, curly black hair, a really small mustache, some chin scruff going on. Young man, seems like maybe in his mid-20s. He's got on a set of Beats by Dre headset, and he's just like, Miss Honeywell, welcome to Carmillionaires. I have received your reservations.
Thank you.
I understand that you have Dr. Rogr Leeto on board.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to offer your crew one combined suite of rooms called the Ankara Room. An upgrade that would normally cost you thousands of credits. Entirely free if Dr. Leeto will just attend one lecture, 2 hours. Several individuals on board have requested his presence for his specialities.
I turn around and give her the thumbs up.
I can see your robot giving you a thumbs up.
Let me
Would
ask
other
Dr.
people-
Leeto real quick.
Yeah, what topics are you talking about?
You are an expert on the history of the Scream, yes?
I would hardly say I'm an expert, but I am a.
Connoisseur.
That's a good way of doing it, I think.
You
Yeah.
might not say that you are an expert, but several people that I have talked to have said that you are the premier associate for speaking to on this particular subject. There's no one else with the breadth of knowledge that you have.
Interesting.
Or the
I
drive.
definitely research it, but I wouldn't know that I'm an expert. Okay. But yeah, I mean, if that gives us an upgrade, I'm okay with it.
All right, I'll send you a guest list for the lectures.
Interesting.
Thank you.
I'll see you all in 2 days.
Seems your doctorate has finally paid off.
One moment. Let me just send you some of my latest hot beats. They are hotter than the chili oil that I serve.
Transferring beats now.
Bon. Let's hear him.
So he sends you over a 12-track mixtape, personally created by him, DJ Carmel.
I'm gonna need that Spotify playlist by the next session.
Yeah, of course. The track label is called Carmillionaire in the Sky. But all of the list though is just Carmil Marwan. Like it's like producer Carmil Marwan. Record label Carmil Marwan Records.
Oh my god.
All of his beats are either old like 2000s era no like EDM house trance
Love that
or
stuff.
their new age I think it's called Rodi, this kind of unusual Indian instrument that has been synthesized and then like remixed.
Epic. Devi loves it.
Well, I'll place it on my ship speakers.
Oh, like on repeat?
No,
Yeah,
just
like
at
on-
least once.
Okay, all right. So yeah, some of the lyrics are like "Achieve karma with Carmel," and like one whole track is nothing but him rapping to a walkthrough of Carmillionaires. You know, he's like, "Come down hallway B and then bust the right. You'll be at the cafeteria. You're there all night."
Nice, nice.
Arthur's like, you play it on repeat? Make a sanity check.
Or we know everything there is to know about the layout of where we're going.
Yeah, I'll listen to the layout one a couple times so that I won't get lost as I walk in the building.
Yeah, how's that whole song go, Arthur?
Well, since I made it up on the spot, I don't think I'll be able to tell you how the whole song goes.
That's too bad.
But as a result, all of you have intimate knowledge on how to get to all the public areas of Carmillionaires. Anyone that listens to the song, of course.
Hey, Dr. Leeto, is he going to be at your lectures, do you think?
I don't know. We have to ask them. They seemed, well, one, I'm surprised they knew me, but they seem very interested in what they perceive that I know. So maybe he'll be there.
Hopefully they didn't
Okay.
find out your search history.
For Mallow. I think Mallow likes him.
I'm just surprised they this kind of place has lectures.
Do you have any reason to believe that or be suspicious of their motivations?
I do not. So, I mean, based on what we think we know, you've hacked the system and it's completely protected from the internet. So there's no reason why they should, know about our research. And I am at a loss on how they know about me. So
I think I should at least go as your bodyguard.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, and AP, I don't know. I'm not going to be able to role play being Mr. Knowledge on this stuff. I guess I'll have to do a lot of reading over this next week.
Okay, I mean,
Yeah.
there's several chapters on the Scream and Stars Without Numbers.
I think, I think you've just assigned me homework.
I assign people homework all the time, just no one ever does
You
it.
assigned yourself homework by picking the person you picked.
That's all right. That's fair. I'll take it.
If you're looking for more information on the Scream, it's on page 124. It's called The Scream and the Silence.
Okay.
So do we know if Derek is currently docked at the Carmelian?
Do you want to scan for the Doom of Man?
All right, so Hermes, what do you think do we think we should check out if they're there?
Absolutely. And I get on there and I start feverishly. As soon as I imagine when we dock, we get connection, right? Like the Wi-Fi kicks on or whatever.
I assume are
Yeah.
we there yet? I don't
Okay.
think we're there yet.
I mean, it's a 2 days transit time. You tell me, are you there?
Do I have access during that 2 days? Are we back connected again?
Yes. As soon as you arrive in system, you get dumped onto the system-wide internet.
Otherwise,
for
how
sure.
can we get those fat beats?
Right. Okay, I start getting all over that. So I want to find out, for starters, if it's there or not. And then I know the layout of a ship probably will not be public record, but if there's any way I can access anything I can do to find out what the layout of a ship is, because I only know what I've seen, right?
So just on basic internet access, you pick up that Derek Allritter is currently attending Carmillionaires. Doom of Man is there. Apollo is being listed as a attraction, so people can pay to come on his ship and see Apollo. Also, your 2-man scout pod is on board their ship and being listed as an attraction as well. He's also got a advertisement out. He's looking for a extremely powerful telepath for hire for a short job.
All right, well, that's super bad. This just became a very time-sensitive mission. We have to rescue my friend before this man is able to extract the his knowledge of our home.
So he's offering basically 10 times the going rate for a telepath. It's just that either one hasn't appeared or one is not powerful enough to accept the job. Because he's listing a certain level of power.
Okay.
We'll get Apollo. Don't worry. I mean, he's obviously inviting guests onto his ship. So that should.
Can I get on sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it should give us plenty of access.
He should definitely be easy enough to reach. Can I get on like, I don't know, Space Ticketmaster and see how popular of attraction my friend is? Like, are lots of because I thought this was like a frowned on practice.
Right.
Is he getting like a lot of people going to like check out
slavery
this
is
enslaved
perfectly legal in Gilded Fleet space, which this is.
Okay.
And more importantly, the kind of people that go on his ship are the kind of people that you would expect to do stuff like this. Super rich, super influential, looking for the latest whatevers. So it's not really a space ticket master, but you could speak with his concierge. Like you could call his ship and make a reservation.
Okay.
There's not really like a public sign up, right? No one wants their name attached to being on board his ship.
Sure. I don't know if there's any hacking required, but I would like to know. I want to be able to look up what kind of scheduled services occur whenever he docks his ship. Like, does he have, contract people come in and clean it? Is there any kind of maintenance, like routine maintenance that occurs on the ship while it's docked?
No.
Like, as far as people, other than people going in to view attractions, like what's going on in
the only service that he gets from Carmillionaires is refueling.
Okay. So there's not
his crew seems to handle all other aspects.
So there's no third party like contracting going on during like routine docking procedures on this deal.
I mean, as mentioned, he is extremely private.
Okay.
If he could get away with the refueling himself, he would probably do it.
Okay.
We should probably visit his show. We can get a layout of a ship at the least.
I would love to
Your
go
friend
to a
is.
show.
Would any of you be qualified enough to pose as a powerful telepath?
No.
No.
You could easily lie about it, but none of them are telepaths, so...
If only we had
He'd be like, read my mind. What am I thinking about? They'd be like...
Teacup. They're like, no, it was the number
snakes.
47.
You're trying to figure out
You're
if I'm
thinking
a
about-
powerful telepath.
Snakes 99 Battle Royale. He's like, that's exactly what I was thinking about. He's so good. I want to add him to my MVP team.
Yeah, I want to see if there's any competitive snake tournaments happening on this facility.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's not even on the facility. Just in the local system, there's thousands of people that play Snakes daily.
Okay.
It's uploaded on every operating system.
I filed that away in my memory.
Debbie, can you record visuals as you look around? Is that something that you could do, or is that just permanently logged into your hard drive? So if you went in, you checked out the ship, you'd have pinpoint accurate example of the entire layout of the ship. Is that right?
AP, is that right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
You can offload all of your experiences onto a USB drive.
Okay.
But I can't get like into his ship systems without being on his ship or having one of those shunts
you
on
could-
his ship physically.
Yeah, I mean, you could attempt to, right? But it would be in the same way that you could try to attach to someone's Tesla from your phone, right? There's a number of functionalities that will not happen. Like you might be able to get in through the Bluetooth and change his radio station.
Do you think I could what would it take to do something like make his like engine go explode?
You would have to be attached to the ship.
All right.
Yeah. Ships are not made to do that kind of remote functionality for the exact reason that you want to do it.
Right. Sure. That makes sense. Okay.
You're like, can I cause the ship to explode? And I'm like, if you're inside it, yes.
Okay.
Brad's like, that's worth doing.
Well, I mean,
I would definitely.
If everything goes
Once you have a line shunt attached to it, you can connect to the line shunt
from outside,
remotely.
yeah. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
That's the whole purpose of the.
So someone else could go in and attach a shunt, and then
Yes.
you could access it
Yep.
remotely.
Right.
They would have to get it within a few centimeters of a data line that was relevant, right? Like you slap this thing on the outside of the hull, you might be able to control like the way that the wings move. But if you want to control more core systems, you're going to have to slap it somewhere in the bridge or the engine bay.
And it takes
everything-
expertise to apply it, right? To it.
Nope.
No, you just put it on.
Absolutely not. It's literally
You
it's
slap
like a
that
Band-Aid that you slap and then
like
it
Flex Seal.
camouflages itself.
Yeah, it's like a refrigerator magnet with predator stealth.
Yeah,
So
precisely.
So anyone else could
One molecule thick.
anyone else could do it, and then you would have access.
Yeah.
You don't have to
Correct.
go directly.
Yeah, I absolutely intend to make his reactor go critical if I cannot rescue my friend. Because
It's better to kill my
it's,
friends.
it's either that or put my entire species in jeopardy.
Indeed.
All right. So, what's the best way we can get these shunts on the ship?
Well, first, I mean, we could definitely do a tour, and I mean, Hermes, you don't even have to go on board, and we could just be tourists. Simple, very simple.
That would be ideal, as I'm not really disguised. I'm just wearing different clothes.
Yeah, but you look really dapper and adorable.
Thank you. That means a lot.
All right. So
I've never been called those combination of words.
dapper and adorable at the same time. All right. So let's make sure, if he didn't know about them now, let's inform Hermes about the cargo holds, the smuggler holds, because if he needs to hide or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Bella like walks over and like taps her foot on the cargo hold. She's like, if you need to hide, just pop up the floor right.
Can I do this from their ship, Arthur, or will I need to be like on the whatever the
Sorry,
ship?
I'm confused as to where we're at right now.
We're still in
We're still on our ship.
Yes. Okay. So what is the question?
With these shunts in play.
You can connect to the shunt remotely, but then again, anyone can connect to the shunt remotely, right? Like if they hack the shunt, they'll be able to do the same thing you're doing.
Okay.
Right? It's like a private Bluetooth
Sure.
connection in.
I just can't imagine a scenario where I get on this ship without being like, oh shit, it's another one. Get him too. Like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, going on Doom of Man would be an absolute mistake for you.
Yeah.
He already has seen you.
right.
He wants to acquire you. He wants to acquire the information in your brain,
Right.
given that he's looking for a telepath.
Could I even get to our room on the casino ship without being?
Yeah. Oh, you would certainly be spotted and scanned by the Carmillionaires, right? Just landing your ship on the Carmillionaires. Unless you're hiding in the smuggler bay for the next few days, you will be noticed by the crew of the Carmillionaires.
But they're not necessarily ones looking for me.
That's correct.
Yeah, but Derek might be searching their databases
Okay.
for you to
But
return.
he's safe on the Chameleon because he's not allowed to kidnap him there.
Well, just as
Right.
we
All
found
true.
out that they're going to be on the ship, he could find out if any one of us is on the ship too.
I mean, they just found out that Dr. Leeto is on the
Yeah,
ship.
exactly.
So.
Yeah.
All right. So then
You sent a guest registration ahead.
I think the plan will be
Hermes is registered as being a cabot, which will be difficult to explain when you show up. But
So the plan will be for me then to get on the Chameleonaire. Can it be arranged to where our room is as close as possible to like our docking bay, like a minimum amount of travel?
yeah, you've been registered to the Ankara room. It's a private, so it has its own dock.
Oh, sweet. Okay. So we have like a suite with a dock
You have a suite
included.
of 4 rooms plus a full bath, and you can
and
even
a
arrange
private berthing.
It's pretty sweet.
Yes.
Rad.
You can either make meals yourself. It has a full kitchenette, or you can order in. Right. A concierge and personal butler will bring you food.
Okay. Got it. All right. Let me know when we get there then. When everybody's decided that we're there now.
I think we're there. I think we docked.
All right, you're pulling into your dock. It's listed as docking bay 94 as you pull in to the Ankara room. You can see that it's got the main dining room, general room area, has a transparent open area out to space. So as you're landing, you can like see it. You pull in underneath it and your ship gets stuck in through standard docking connection. And when you exit, a butler is waiting and says, "Good evening. My name is Stephen Davidson. I will be your butler concierge. Any services that you require on Carmillionaires are on the house. My thanks from the captain, Carmil Marwan, to Dr. Rogr Leeto. And please accept these refreshments." And he like pulls out a tray of canapes, sorry. For all of you. There are 2 for each of you, including Devi, who he offers you the tray, even though you're clearly not human.
What's it name?
It's a canape. Sorry, I said it wrong.
It's a canopy.
It's like a little tiny sandwich thing. You know what horsivores is?
What?
It's a small piece of bread with like a little tiny piece of meat on top and maybe like a little cream cheese. I will send you the Google of it. It's not any specific thing. It is a type of food.
It's like an hors d'oeuvre.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hors d'oeuvre.
Finger food.
Do they have any for Hermes?
No, there's none for Hermes.
I was gonna ask, can I be
so-
in the smuggler's bay? Can I try to not be seen by a person?
Yes, of course.
And also, as one of my first orders of businesses, as soon as I'm connected, I would like to try and scrub my record of myself from having been scanned by the ship.
So you won't be able to do that while you're in the smuggler's bay because it's shielded, right?
Okay.
The thing that makes it
Mhm.
so once this butler leaves, you can come
Yes,
out and try to do that. but
That's what I'm going to do then.
I'm afraid. Oh, there's your captain. And like Mallow comes down in like 0.5 gravity. He floats slowly down and he's like, there. And he like pats it on the head. Friendly creature. You require anything? Here is my personal communication line. I will be with you within moments. And should you not be able to reach me, you will be automatically connected with my my secondary steward.
Pion.
Again, that is Stephen Davidson.
Well, it's nice to.
Did somebody else just peon on me? You can't do that. That's my thing. Is there anything you require?
Not at the moment.
Then this evening, I believe Master Carmel will have a itinerary for the doctor. Please enjoy yourselves on board the Carmelian. And remember, here you'll get everything that you deserve. It's karma.
That's super ominous.
He turns and leaves out the antechamber door. So you have your room to yourselves. Hermes, you pop out. You want to erase your presence on board? You want to wipe all the records of you from Carmillionaire's
Yes, I want to
databanks?
do it immediately too. 'Cause
Okay,
I don't know if
you're
they're.
gonna
I don't
need-
know if they're actively monitored.
I mean, it's... Yes.
Then-
in the same way that any casino would be monitored.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
What I found that out when I looked
Uh,
at the specs for the security system.
Yes.
Yeah.
You'll need to line shunt in. You can slap it on any wall here,
Okay.
but you will, in fact, need special equipment to get into a computer.
All right.
Yes.
I do that.
All right, so you're going to need to make an int programming check.
Okay.
It's another scene, so you're a full expert, right? You're not an adventurer expert?
Correct.
Okay, so if you fail this, you can re-roll it before I tell you the result.
Right.
So you're doing 3d6 plus 3d6 drop 1,
Plus
BL1
plus 2, right?
plus 2. Okay.
Because nobody's aiding me on this.
Line shunt. What'd you get?
10.
Oh yeah, more than good enough. It will take you an hour to perform this hack. In that time, the computer system it has scanned and found you to be on board and is updating your profile information.
Maybe can I just change it to be something more innocuous, like not a fucking chimpanzee?
Yeah, I mean, you could update yourself as being human.
Yeah, I just do that.
Okay. It originally had scanned you as being pet other.
Okay.
But you update your profile to being human. The computer can test it for a moment, and then you override it. It's just like, no, it's this isn't a human, obviously. And then you like change the parameters of what a human is to the computer.
Yeah. I go
Uh,
in there and add traits and parameters to humans, so humans more broadly defined. So now all kinds of
Exactly.
other shit will go in there and accidentally be labeled human as well.
well, Apollo's now listed as being human as well.
What about me?
Yeah. So after an hour of hacking and a line shunt, which you can't get back, by the way, they're disposable one time.
Is that what they say?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, it just says single use.
Yep.
Damn, I didn't know that. That's fine.
You have subverted the system control for that hour, and you're done.
Is there any kind of shop where I can buy? Well, I don't really have any money, I guess,
Yes,
but I could buy more line shunts if I wanted.
absolutely.
Uh,
Everything's legal
don't
here
know how
on
much they are.
Chameleonaires. Some have said that on Chameleonaires, you'll get everything you deserve. That's karma.
I want to petition
Line shots are 100.
100.
Yeah, they're 100 creds.
I don't know if that's a lot or not.
a spacesuit is 100
What
credits.
do I have? Oh, I have 100. So as a
cell phone is 100 credits, just to
okay,
be clear.
okay.
They're not that expensive. They're just super illegal.
Unless it's the iPhone.
All right. Then the next two things I want to do. Sorry if I'm hogging all the actions,
No,
ladies
go
and
for it,
gentlemen.
dude.
Is I'm gonna 5-minute Amazon ship another line shunt to our room for 100 credits.
Yeah, so I mean, you could place the order, and then
Yeah,
your
I just want it delivered.
butler concierge will bring it to
So
you.
I'll subtract 100 credits.
Okay.
And then I want to immediately enter any snake tournaments that have any kind of cash prize.
Very well. You enter into a local snake tournament. On board, it will be beginning in the next 20 minutes. There will be 99 competitors capped out, and you enter
I
in
also enter.
in a low-ranking place, right? Because you're, you're like a chess player who's never been ranked before.
Yeah, I'm just
right?
some nobody on the ladder. Like
Yep.
I've
I
never...
start massaging your shoulders. Like,
Yeah, I think that as an aid.
all right, you can do this.
The buy-in for this particular game is 2,000 creds. I mean, you're playing a gambling game against the ultra rich and wealthy.
All right, then I want to hack in that payment has been received.
I'm gonna need another roll for that one.
Can I have a +1 for having my shoulders rubbed?
No.
Damn.
What is the roll?
I got a 9.
You go in and you try to convince the computer that you've already played, and it's just like, warning, payment not found.
Damn.
What's the roll I need?
You wanna try to hack in and do this as
Yeah.
well? It's int programming.
Int programming.
Yep.
+1.
Did you see Harmony's doing it? You're right beside him doing a whole second hack,
So it's
trying to beat him to
+2,
it.
So it's 2d6.
Yep.
Let's roll 2d6 +2. Yeah, dude.
Oh, I clicked away. Did you get it?
I
Oh, nice.
got
I
it.
do it for the both of us.
Double
Stars.
6.
I do it for the both of us.
You both enter into the tournament. You're both listed as having paid. You know for sure if it ever gets discovered that you did this, probably someone is gonna break your fucking legs.
Sure.
But you basically just stole 4,000 credits from Carmillionaires.
Look, I'm just some human. I mean,
How much is the
With some
grand
different
prize?
The grand prize is 175,000
Oh, we'll be
credits.
fine.
all right. So do we roll again to see how well we do in the tournament, Arthur?
Yes, to win the tournament, you will need to get a 12
Good lord.
or higher than the other player.
What's the roll? Plus
Same.
Anthony?
It is once again a exert dexterity roll.
Oh, fuck. I just blew my wad on that one. Plus.
Yes, you did.
Dexterity.
I mean, you've already rolled 2 double 6s tonight. All you gotta do is do it a third time, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure that's no problem. What are the chances of getting a 1 in 36 3
I'm
times?
gonna let Ratosaurus roll first, so that the Swedes don't know that I rolled two times.
Oh, okay. So this is not programming. I can't hack my way into my performance on Snake, can I? I
No,
don't
this
have like
is
a
a
bunch of macros and.
no. This is a secure tournament.
Can't bring your own gamepad, nothing like that.
All right. Yeah. Exert. I have a +1 bonus. Oh no, I don't. Actually, I did this wrong again, but it's fine. It's 1 less than whatever it shows up as.
Okay.
Oof.
No, not.
The pressure is on, Hermes, and you get destroyed.
Yeah.
The two of you are demolished.
Nothing venture.
You
nothing
don't
danger.
even place in the top 50.
Okay.
You guys get knocked out pretty early. Some kid on board, he's like some rich minister's son from the local government, ends up walking away with 175,000.
Do I at least get like a free copy of the game or like a T-shirt or something?
It's a free game. It's pre-installed on all
Okay.
operating systems.
It's like the Microsoft pinball.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, it's okay. It's all right.
All right, I'll just be.
The tournament will be held again next month
But then you see the disappointment go over
and-
my eyes as I walk out the room.
in March.
It's like when you play multiplayer games with all your friends and think you're really good because you're better than all your friends, and then play
Okay,
on like
so-
Xbox Live, and you're like,
Oh, that's how
yeah.
jumping from high school to college
Since
works,
I rolled
right?
one better,
You're like, I'm the smartest person in my town. You go to college, you're like, there are a lot of people smarter than me in this world.
yeah. Since I rolled one better than him, did I beat him in the tournament?
I mean, you lasted several seconds longer before you both got it.
I'll count that as a
Before
win.
you
Yeah.
both got eliminated. What's the next
Oh
step?
my god.
Um,
Sulking.
I mean, I've done everything I want to do. So. Oh yeah, rescue my friend as well.
Oh yeah, there's that.
Well, what time are these lectures?
So if you wait until the nighttime, you get a guest list and the lecture profile. It's a 2-hour lecture profile. Dr. Leeto will be speaking on the screen. There are 10 people in attendance, and one of them is, in fact, Mr. Derek Allritter, but also in attendance is Carmel Marwan. Everyone else on the guest list, when you go to look at profiles, they're all appended with like titles of nobility. They're captains of spaceships. They're incredibly wealthy. At least one of them is an independent systems captain, piloting a ship too large to dock with the Carmillionaires and had to be shuttled over.
Can we do we all get to see this list?
Well, it's sent to the ship, so Bella and Leeto would be the only ones to have access to it, unless the two of you shared it.
I would share it because I think this is a good opportunity to maybe provide a distraction. So while I'm giving this seminar, maybe that'll be our best chance to get on to Derek's ship. Or no?
Well, I mean,
We could just go to his attractions to scope out his ship.
we could split the party, but that sounds like it could be a bad idea.
Hey, just
When you say that, the room's AI goes, "Did you say you wanted to plan a party?"
No, good.
no,
Yes.
no, thank you.
So
Expensive.
I start looking
You said
around.
no, and the lights all dim for a moment, and then you
Oh.
say yes, and the lights come back up, and it's like, please specify the type of party and number of guests.
So you wanted to spit the party?
So if we won that snake competition, that party would have been lit.
Yeah. Then the whole station would be partying. It would be great.
I mean, the whole station is partying. It's a
Yeah,
casino dance
Yeah,
hall.
pretty much.
We would host it.
I'm gonna
there you
spend
go.
the night looking up planets in the solar system. And so,
In this solar system?
the system and the solar system surrounding the solar system.
Okay.
I'm gonna look
Are
around
you
for a
looking
way
for
to
anything
mute,
in particular?
that listening capacity that it seems to be having.
Yeah, it's a virtual intelligence. You can turn it off if you want
Yeah, I
to.
turned it off.
But you say mute, but I think what you mean is deafen.
Definitely, whatever.
Mute and
Okay.
deafen.
Yeah, it's optional, but yeah, you turn it off.
Like
It's automatically enabled, so that if someone elderly comes in, they can just be like, "Turn on the lights."
Yeah, that one.
Are you looking for anything in particular about this system and its two surroundings?
Any planets that haven't been inhabited or any,
All of the planets that aren't inhabited in these systems are all like gas giants and garbage balls. There is a particularly interesting planet that might match your interests.
okay.
In the next solar system of 0405, Zamakai, there's a planet called Thorj.
Bless you.
It's THJORGT. Shorgit?
Spell that again. Sorry.
I don't know if that's how it's pronounced. It is a prison planet that prevents its people from realizing that humanity has risen past the silence. So they don't allow ships to land on it except on the polar caps outside of where people could see. You meet privately in quarantined areas and like trade goods for their goods or trade services for their goods.
Right.
So the government has total control. No one ever leaves the planet or even knows that outside influence exists. The planet is TL3. So if you wanted to say nuke the planet and eliminate all humans and then take it over, no one would even notice.
All right. What's the name of the planet again? Sorry.
Australia?
Just
Thorget? No.
just spell it.
If you look in the primer that I sent, just search for 0405.
Okay, we'll do.
And it'll pop up.
Got it. Okay.
That's the only thing of note. Yeah, like
Got it.
you're continually checking databases for like, have any new undiscovered planets been discovered? And
Or just
the
like notes
computer's
of
like,
people
no.
passing by of like abnormal gravity. Stuff like that.
So you do get contact with an unusual faction called the Traveler Society. These are people who have banded together to try to push the bounds of human knowledge and exploration.
Mhm.
They're attempting to reach the southern end of the sector. Places like 0006, 0106, 0506, no one has been able to, or for instance 0701. All of these worlds have not had a regular spike travel to them in hundreds of years. So you happen to know through Dr. Leeto that there might be something interesting in 0701, aka the Dragon. It's a black hole.
Mhm.
There might be some information there. He's had information that there could be leads there. But you need a ship capable of making that jump and making it back, right? Like if there's no refueling depot there, you're stuck.
Right.
So the Traveler Society hosts competitions to try to plot the perfect spike drill course to these previously known but currently incapable places. They are the ones who brought the worlds back together again. Travelers are the ones who made the first jumps to different locations, and while they have a huge gilded fleet presence, they're the more civil, more genteel side of the gilded fleet.
Cool.
They're the explorers, and they're the people who want to sail around the world rather than the people who want to go to some,
Got it.
third world country and then conquer them.
Yeah, I might end up contacting them in the long run because I think that's probably the best option to.
I mean, they're contacting you right now.
Oh.
Like, you start looking up all this information. You go to message boards and stuff,
Uh-huh.
and like they have left a trail of breadcrumbs. This is your conspiracy theory,
Mhm.
right? They're very private. They only recruit from people who are both interested and competent,
Right.
and based on your search queries and capabilities, they've left you this trail of breadcrumbs. If you want to go, like you can't go to www.travelersociety.com. They're like the friendly Illuminati. They're like the Masons.
Right.
The Masons would be a very good.
Yeah, I definitely want to get into contact with them. So. if they get
Okay.
contacted.
How soon are you looking to do that?
Not any. I definitely want to finish this mission first. So
You're like, next episode,
Yeah.
next episode,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
the one after that.
just put me on hold.
Next episode.
Anything else you guys want to do?
Bella wants to talk to Dr. Leeto for a bit before she takes Mallow to his training thing.
Okay. Where's this conversation take place?
Probably in the bridge. After they
Okay.
get the guest
So
list.
you've left the hotel side and you've gotten back on your
You
ship.
said the list was sent to the ship, right?
Yes.
Then yeah, when we got the list from the ship. That's where it took place.
Is the ship secured from anyone listening in on us?
Nope, not even slightly. You are physically attached to the hotel. In the same way that someone putting a laser on a window can listen into what you're doing. I mean,
Yeah.
we have the level of sophistication now to put lasers on windows and figure out what a CPU is doing based on the noise it's making at high level frequencies. You are physically connected to an object. They could probably hear everything you're saying if they wanted to track it.
All right. So any sensitive conversation should be in the smuggler's holds.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
What's
I'm
up,
not saying
Captain?
someone is tracking you at all times,
Right.
That would be crazy and paranoid.
I love to be paranoid. So what's up,
That's
Captain?
reasonable.
What's his name? Carmelian?
Carmelian.
Yeah, I'm looking it up too.
Carmel Marwan.
Yeah, Carmel Marwan. Sorry.
Mallow is a really, really big fan of Carmel's music. And while you're at the lectures, you should get him to sign an autograph for Mallow you know.
For Mallow.
Mhm.
An autograph.
Uh-huh.
All right, Captain. If that's what you want, that's what I'll try for.
Yeah. Mallow will be really, really happy.
For Mallow.
Mhm.
All right. I'm here to make Mallow happy.
Like abbreviated with just a B. I don't know why, but you know, you could have him sign up to that.
Sure. Like B for best friends, right?
Yeah, for best friends, exactly.
Yeah. All right. I can do that.
Perfect.
Are you not going to be at the lecture then?
I might.
Okay.
I have to see what everybody's planning on doing.
Okay. Yes, it's on my list of things to do now. Make sure I get that autograph. I bet Carmel would love to give an autograph to Mello.
I hope so. He's a big fan of the music.
I'm actually taking notes. Okay. Fantastic. Anything else?
No? Do you have anything yet, Dad?
Nope, I'm good at this time. I've got to do some research before I go to the seminar.
I will leave it to your work. And then Bella will go bother Christian.
Hey, Bella.
I mean, that wasn't really like important. She's just gonna stop
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to game plan this a little bit with anyone who's willing to game plan it with me.
Absolutely.
Let me ask how this game plan is going. Is this Ocean's 11?
Yes.
Is
I've
this
never seen that movie,
Borderlands
but
where it's
based
like
on what I know about it, that's what it's like.
Oh my
you've never
God.
seen Ocean's 11?
It's a good
Look,
movie.
I'll tell you what. I'm about to spill the beans here. Okay. My mom has never seen Lion King. She watched the live Lion King action today.
Oh.
Really?
She's never seen the animated version, and I was like, put it on Netflix right now. So she's seen the live action before she's seen the real.
She saw both versions.
No, she hasn't seen the Netflix
Okay.
animated version.
see it back
She's
to us.
adding it to her.
She has a commentary on the comparison. I want to hear it.
I haven't talked to her since she's seen the live action.
Okay.
So we'll see.
I saw the live action Jungle King. It was terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought the live well, look, some of the new music wasn't as good, but Christopher Walken being like, "Oh, I'm the king of the jungles, babe, the jungle VIP." He's like stumbling through the song. I wasn't down with it, but was that the Ghostbuster that was doing the bear?
I didn't.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
That was
it was.
Yeah, he did an excellent job.
Yeah, Bill Murray.
Yeah, Bill Murray did a fantastic job
Murray
as
always
the
does
bear.
it.
You know, the animation on King Louis was super cool, though. How they made him like.
Yeah, I don't
big.
disagree, but like Christopher Walken was just like, "Oh, hoop-a-doop, I want to be like you." Oh, and I was like, "No, this is
I
terrible. This is
agree.
awful."
It was weird that such an upbeat song was so slowed down.
Want to walk like you, talk like you. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah, it's definitely Ocean's 11 style heist planning here. What's going on?
What are we doing?
So I think, has there ever been any instance or anything where he's needed to? Are there any recorded cases where he's taken any of his exhibits off of his ship?
Which person we're talking about, Carmel or
No, the other one.
Derek?
What about Derek?
Yeah, I mean he sells stuff all the time, right?
Well, he's obviously not going to bring his newest prized possession out to the auction necessarily, right?
Well, I mean the auction is on his ship. You buy stuff on his ship
Okay.
where it's legal, and then you take it.
But
places,
does he ever do
right?
like exhibitions not on his ship?
No.
No. Okay.
Everything happens on his ship.
What would be an appropriate emergency to have to evacuate his collection to the Carmelian? Like a fire on board?
Based
or...
on your knowledge, probably total ship
Yeah,
destruction.
reactor
That's it.
overload.
Okay.
So something. Well, I mean, you know, there's never been any reported fires on board or any emergencies like that.
Okay,
right?
so we don't.
Like,
So there's no precedent.
he and
for
his
the
crew are
procedure.
very right. He and his crew are extremely private. So even if there were records of that, he would attempt to destroy them.
Okay.
And since his influence comes from blackmail, probably he's much better at hiding
Sure.
information Not through, like, it's not that the information doesn't exist, it's that it's not public, because he's like, if you make this public, I'll make it disappear.
Right.
That kind of deal.
So, I mean, I think it's one thing that we'll have access to my friend, but I don't think that in and of itself grants us any sort of unique opportunity to get anything done. I think we either need to be able to get behind the scenes of the exhibit itself, or force a situation, an emergency situation where they have to move him, and we can try and get him, slip him out in some level. We're gonna have to create some kind of chaos, I feel like, in order to make this work.
Right. So I mean, I think one thing we could do is if we get a shunt on the
We can
ship
make a party.
where you can open all the cages, that's going to create a lot of chaos on that ship. And then on top of that, if we could free the slaves, that's gonna upset the whole balance in that ship as well.
Cushion here, just like, I want to be known. My new call sign is Khaleesi. Kill the masters, free the slaves.
No, I just have the song in my head.
The Game of Thrones rap.
I got dragons, bitch. Good. Then me and Kush, we're on the same page here. What are some options for a created diversion? One is free everything. That's definitely one. Another one that I'm thinking is create a ship-wide emergency that requires evacuation. I mean, almost anything is better than going in there and trying to shoot our way out.
I mean, I agree. I thought we were first going to try and scout things out while maybe Shep was on this lecture, or Roger was on this lecture, and see where that goes from there.
Definitely. It'll definitely depend on the level of access that I can get to his ship systems.
What about the party?
Interesting.
Debbie,
So
how
it
about
sounds. No,
we
go
have
ahead.
a party for we can wait until we rescue Apollo and then have a party in our ship on our way out of here.
I suppose.
A celebration party that way. It's fun when we have all of our friends.
She says that, and Hermes begins to put together, like, he thought he was about to hear an elaborate plan for like a party distraction, but then he realizes literally she was just like, let's have a party. He's like, oh my God. I've completely misjudged this person.
No one's gonna get this reference, but she's nursery rhyme from Fate.
Okay. Another option is to cause a minor disturbance somewhere else in the ship to draw ship personnel away from the exhibit in general, just so there are less bodies in the area when we open all the cages or do whatever. Like, what are some of the steps we can take to enhance the chaos? If we think of our greatest chance of success is to release all the animals, which I'm hesitant on because that plan seems just as dangerous to
Are
you.
there any like fire suppression things in that area that I know about? Because
I mean, every ship has such
I
capability.
can hack the area and try to do some of that stuff. Just
Yeah, so
I mean,
more bells and whistles and stuff.
You would need a line shunt to break into the local computer. You'd have to be on the ship with a line shunt, but it would be possible.
Okay. So the line shunt you bought, I could use.
Yes. So I have 2 line shunts.
Oh, it's arriving, by the way. Like, your butler has left it in the airlock door system, right? He's like left it on the little table in your antechamber, but hasn't opened your inner door yet.
Yeah.
He sends you a message with a picture of your package and says, your Amazon package has
It
arrived.
looks like he threw it on the ground.
No, it doesn't. Steven Davidson is a great butler. He went to Butler College to learn how to buttle.
Buttle?
That's the origin of the word butler, is buttling. That's what it's called.
That's hilarious.
Wow. You have a low threshold for humor on that one.
Buttle's a funny word.
It is a funny word.
Rad, you literally invented the word nutler, which isn't true. And you insulted my butler with it.
Once again, I maintain that it's like Fight Club and he just couldn't talk about it with you. So of course he denied it.
Right.
The first rule of nutlery is we don't talk about nutlery.
You seem like the kind of guy who nuddles all the time, so
You know,
I'll
when I was in
believe you.
college, everybody's got to.
Sometimes you
you
get
nuddled from time to time.
Sometimes.
There's things you have to do for
Sometimes
money,
you
and
just gotta
sometimes
nuddle.
it's nuddling.
That's right.
as long as they can
Cotton
play
is
for themselves.
dying over here.
Cotton's- yeah,
He's
Cotton's
That would
dying.
have been what you would consider a side hustle. Okay.
There's some interest rates on those loans. Okay, they get pretty extreme.
They do. Okay. Look, I don't judge you for how you made ends meet when you were in college. Master debating can only take you so far. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes you got to work the corners.
Oh, that reminds me. Tonight is the Gen Con Critical Role game, which means we'll figure out who won the master debate between
Oh,
Sam
nice.
tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm like an
I
episode
voted for
behind on
Sam.
Critical Role. Anyway,
Who'd you vote for on D&D Beyond?
I'm a
Are you with Liam or are you with
I'm a
Sam?
Liam person all the way.
Liam. Yeah.
What a motherfucker. You're one of those Liam by the book, the rules only, no role playing.
Man, every chance.
I'm a Sam American, sir.
That's fine.
I think
That surprises me a little, but I guess
That's a great thing about America is you could be whatever you want to be.
That's right.
I think I might have seen the fellow with blue hair
You're free to be a douche.
at San Diego.
Taliesin?
Comic-Con.
Taliesin changes his hair color like every day.
That's an interesting person. I would like to sit down and eat lunch with that guy.
Me too.
Not because I think I would like him, but I think it would just be interesting to talk to him.
I mean, he has had a huge influence on anime and voice acting.
Has he?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was basically one of the first anime voice directors, I believe. The guy that's like, hey, maybe we should get all the actors together and make sure our lines don't sound like absolute fucking garbage.
I mean, I'm not saying I dislike him. I don't know if he's like the kind of dude I'd be friends with or not because I don't know him. I wouldn't make that
so
presumption.
to figure out if you'd like to meet him, you would like to
100% I'd be friends
sit
with
down
that.
and have lunch with
Yeah,
him.
exactly.
Like you would with a friend.
I think even if I turned out to be like, no, I'm not into hanging out with this dude, it would still be an interesting lunch nonetheless.
I haven't met
sure.
him, but I'd definitely go to a barcade with him.
Yeah, for sure.
Get waffles together.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Everybody loves
I
waffles.
mean, I would eat waffles with my worst enemy, so that doesn't say much. But
I just eat waffles in general.
I mean, who is your worst enemy?
who is my worst enemy?
Yeah, I mean, you can't drop something like that and not say who your worst enemy is.
I'd tell you, but I'd have to kill you.
Wow.
No, you'd
Just like
have
his
to have
friend.
waffles with him.
Yeah. You'll have to hack my Facebook and get on there and find out who I most recently ate waffles with.
No thanks, I'm good.
It's a wise move. Smart move.
You only eat waffles with your worst
Yeah,
enemies?
I don't eat them any other times. Other than...
How else do you poison them?
yeah.
Is it like Beaumont, your worst enemy?
I mean, in a role-playing game, maybe. I guess. No, Hyrule is always my worst enemy in role-playing games. Whatever this character was, that was my worst enemy.
Wow! Holy shit! Wow, really?
We've gone on a serious tangent here. Let me try.
Yes, we
try and bring it
have.
back around.
No one here even knows who Hyrule is except for Kyle.
So if we can, I'm looking at my chimp drawing and I see now that one arm is way too long. I have to go back and fix that. If we can create like a fire problem and have fire suppression go off and draw some people away, and then also in conjunction with that, let that be kind of an excuse to have some other systems go haywire, like the cages open, locking down certain bulkheads to where crew can't move freely throughout the ship, trying to invent a situation as much as possible to look like this is make it look like natural ship system failures for as long as possible. I mean, they're going to figure it out at some point, but keeping it look like an organic disaster for as long as we possibly can. I don't know if you can get a hold of some of the ship's like crew costumes or uniforms, or I don't
So
know.
here's what I propose, putting in all the dots together. So if we get a team on board to take the tour, while the and I don't even know that that Leeto needs to give the seminar, but maybe we can figure a way for it to help out. So if we've got the team on board, you do the hacking and cause something that is so quick, they actually don't have time to evacuate their museum pieces and alien races and that kind of stuff, but they get off the ship. So the crew would get off the ship. So like maybe an engine overload or a core overload. If we could get the crew off the ship, that should give us opportunity to release your friend and maybe smuggle them off the ship in all the chaos that's going to be created.
Playing devil's advocate, how likely do you think it is that they'll see through this? Because it's a lot of things happening at once.
Yeah,
True,
I mean,
but we need a plan of some sort.
there's no. I mean, like they're gonna figure out pretty quick that that this isn't just regular ship malfunction. I mean,
Right.
I'd say
I wish we had a nuke.
yeah. Well, no,
That'd be
I mean
nice.
that wouldn't be very useful in this circumstance.
Yeah, especially when
I
you
wanna
buy
remind
off
you
a
that
guy on a
any-
riverboat.
Any functioning spike drive has a tool called a nuclear snuffer that prevents nuclear explosion.
Ah,
They're only useful on TL3 or lower systems. You try to set off a nuke inside a civilized area, it's just going to immediately shut down.
well, good to know.
Man, I wish we had one of those.
Yeah.
So, Connor, what were you saying?
Just that I think it's going to be pretty obvious that if we try and whatever we do, we got to move fast and we got to assume that they're going to figure it out pretty quick because what's the likelihood that there has ever been a fire on this ship given how secretive and how good this Derek person is at doing exactly what he's doing. So, and I think we're going to need everyone that can be on the ship or nearby the ship to be there. Like, so for instance, I'm not sure if we should do it while you're at the lecture. I think we might need you in case anything goes wrong, and especially if anyone gets injured.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
Yeah,
That's a very good point.
yeah, because that could happen, and you don't want that to happen. Especially Apollo. I mean, given that if there's other cages going out being released and other animals, I mean, the likelihood that Apollo might be caught in some kind of crossfire seems as likely as anything else, and so we need to be sure that doesn't happen.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm convinced I should be with the party on the ship. Now, how do you want to handle, or what do we propose for the distraction?
Well, it seems like it's all coming from hacking. I mean, is it possible that we could get a uniform of some kind? I mean, I don't know. We could try and grab one of the people one of his guards while he's at the lecture. But I mean, that seems like a job for.
I feel like he would notice one of his guards being missing.
Well, yeah. I mean, if
I'd
someone,
also point out that if you attempt to physically harm somebody or kidnap them, you will be under arrest by local authorities.
oh right, yeah, that's true.
Who are all pirates.
Breaks the rule, yeah.
Yep.
Challenge someone to a drinking contest.
You could invite them back to your ship.
Yeah.
Just
Drinking
like
on our ship.
their boss does.
Yeah, I mean, if someone happened to be very convincing and could work their way through a conversation that way, that might be a very good path for them to do. And take.
Only had a world-class diplomat.
Yeah. If only.
That might work. We could get some people to come back to the ship. Maybe at least one. If we can't get the uniform, then we can maybe just ask them, different information about the ship.
It's vaguely possible we could take Derek hostage. Say if we convince him to come back from the lecture, I don't know if he's obviously interested in what Leeto has to say. We could try and convince him to come back to our ship, converse over the subject. We take him hostage, tell him to release Apollo,
And then what?
and then he releases Apollo.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's his life or
And
Apollo.
what if he chooses his life?
Kush turns into an 8-bit character with a knife. It says, your GP or your HP. This is the side minigame you can play on browser. It's the extra bit to the show that we developed.
Loaded right next to Snake.
Snake 99 Battle Royale.
We need to make that.
I'm just spitballing. Otherwise,
I know. I kind of feel like, and you guys can disagree, of course, but I kind of feel like we need to get in and out before anyone knows what's going on.
That would be
Then
good.
maybe we can.
That's optimal, but
Yeah.
not necessarily what's going to happen.
All we have
True.
to do is get Apollo onto this ship.
right.
Can our shuttle outrun the doom of man?
You have no idea what the Doom of Man's capabilities are.
Could Hermes?
It should be noted that the Doom of Man is several times larger than. And it has weapons, which your ship doesn't.
Hermes, what I was saying before is we briefly considered kidnapping Derek as a possibility.
And then we discarded it because that would be insane.
I don't know how I'm saying that is.
So I don't want to. I think you guys have a pretty good idea of my area of expertise, and I don't want to infringe upon yours.
Please add to our conversation.
As yours is obviously to do this very thing that we're going to attempt to do.
Oh, that's not my expertise at all. You can
Oh, that's not reassuring. So, yeah, I mean the smash and grab part is 100%. However, you guys want to do it, but this is definitely there's a lot that could go wrong.
Yeah.
So anytime you can minimize that, that's great. But I don't know that you're going to be able to minimize it all that much in something as complex as this.
Yeah.
So
Well, I expect there's going to be shooting involved unless we can pull this off.
the meeting might be a good opportunity to meet Derek and maybe even schedule a follow-up, like a dinner or something that could take place at the time that you plan to make our moves. And that way you could still be with the team, but then you would also at least know where he is because you have a scheduled meeting time and location.
Right.
But then as soon as things go wrong on his ship and you fail to meet him, he's going to immediately know
It was us.
that there's something wrong. So I guess that doesn't really work as I talk it out loud.
Well, what if, because we're at the end, what if we end here and then you have a whole week to plan?
sounds good.
Sure.
So let's have everybody take 1 experience point for working towards a group goal.
Yeah.
Let's thank Radasaurus for joining us as a guest and helping guide us towards this.
Hey, I had a
Thanks,
lot of
Rad.
fun.
It was a lot of fun. And now, so Rad, I think you said maybe you'll be back tomorrow or next week?
Next week.
Yeah, I'd say
Definitely
there's like
tomorrow.
a 80 to 90% chance that I'd be good for next week.
Sweet.
Yeah, because now I'm kind of chomping at the bit to find out what's going to happen.
Now we're getting to the good part.
Yeah.
If you're not here, I'll have to play Hermes, and that'll be difficult. Last time I played one of Rad's characters, it didn't go so well. Rad was like, "What are you talking about? That's not what I act like at all."
That's not what I would have done.
I pile drive someone through a table.
Sounds plausible.
Here's some outros. I am, as always, Arthur Perkins. This has been, as always, AP Gaming Real. Things happen multiple times a week here at AP Gaming Real. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and perhaps even on Sunday. You can catch live streams of all my various shows. YouTube.com/AP Gaming Real holds most of my back catalog. I can no longer say it contains everything I've ever done because I've selectively tailored out some shows that disgust me and I never want to see again and we'll never talk about. You know, I didn't get to make that Okeanos reference via a 90s cartoon, but I really wanted to have the part where the centaurs take a dump on the beach and then Rad's character also takes a dump to rage dump against them.
It's true.
We'll have that at some point because I would like him to draw it happening.
It was a legendary battle. A highlight of the entire campaign, I would say. Even.
Was it?
No.
I feel like the final battle was a legendary
The
battle.
final
I
battle
guess some
was
sort of
pretty amazing, actually.
magma dragon for the fate of the world and
Yeah.
all existence, and then you guys were like, okay, we destroy the world.
For as forgettable as you said it was, you did say it was one of the very few campaigns where your party figured it out and basically discovered the only winning scenario.
It's forgettable for me. Okay, let's be super clear about that. I'm not saying it's like, oh, no one will ever remember this campaign. Obviously, people do. I only remember the bad things that happen about shows.
Of course.
So, you know, speaking of people who do bad things, let's jump over to Radasaurus and do the outro.
I've never done a bad thing in my life, first of all.
That is a complete and utter fabrication.
I professionally do bad things to live. Yeah, I had a ton of fun. Thanks for having me. I look forward to coming back and playing some more. You know, I had a lot of ideas I was bouncing around for this character. I knew that I wanted him to be a primate, and I knew that I wanted him to be smart. I didn't have like a strong, as Arthur can attest, I come up with a lot of ideas, and I eventually have to pick one, which means there's a lot of ideas that don't get picked. I just recently discussed on BattleTech how I don't do voices. And I came very close to this being the first character that I did a voice for, but I ultimately decided against it. And I'm playing him pretty straight, which may not be the most fun thing in the world. I'm not being kooky and zany with this character like I can be with others, but for a limited number of appearances, I feel like this was just kind of the easiest way for me to get him out there and get him as part of the deal. There was a time where he was going to have a very thick drawl and basically be John Wayne.
Epic.
But I didn't
Let's
go
hear
with
it.
that.
No, what's a sample of that? Come on.
Someday the voices will be unveiled, but today is not that day.
It's not that day.
It'll have to be when
Yeah, man, for sure. The name be Hermes. I'm from the Homo simian race, man.
Is the guy from Futurama?
That's very
That's
John
Reagan.
Wayne, super John Wayne.
Yeah, super John Wayne.
How are we gonna do this?
I mean, that guy on Futurama is also
Yeah,
called
Hermes.
Hermes.
It's been a long time since I watched him.
My name Hermes.
Yeah, so I mean, he's not the most fun character, but
I thought it was.
he's interesting. I've enjoyed playing him so far. I'm excited to come back and play him again. I think he's got a lot of aspects to his personality that he's playing very close to the vest.
Oh yeah, there's some mystery to him.
Hopefully there's some reveals coming in the future, but that'll all depend on, I guess, kind of how the party treats him and how things go. So I don't want to give away too much too early, which I have a tendency to do because I just get excited about my characters, so I tend to spill a lot of beans about them.
Yeah.
So I'll just stop myself. But yeah, I'm having a good time.
Like where in the galaxy he's from?
Yes. Well, that is one of the. I really hope I want y'all to find that out. But I'm not. I can't give it away for free.
Oh, I know. It was fun trying to get it out of you through Snake.
Yeah, Snake's
It
that was a good bonding
thing.
experience.
Yeah.
We're establishing relationships. I will be back on Thursday for a winner take all high stakes dropship ambush in BattleTech. So that'll be pretty cool. I've been going back and forth with Arthur trying to secure the most advantageous ambush site possible, which I think we've landed on a pretty good solution. Obviously, when you have a limited number of maps to select from, there's a lot of kind of give and take in what you want to happen and what can happen.
Then some of those maps end up having
Technical difficulties.
technical failures.
So
And suddenly all the trees disappear.
I am looking forward to BattleTech this week. I'll be piloting a fast clan mech, so I think that'll be pretty cool. Yeah, that's about it. You can find me on Arthur's Discord. Give me a hard time. I did a little bit of drawing tonight. It's a little weird using an unfamiliar program, but
Turned out dope.
Great stuff, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
So I don't have any previous experience drawing astronauts or monkeys. So all in all, everything considering, I think it came out reasonably well. Yeah, I do commission artwork. My commissions aren't technically open right now. Right now, I'm pretty much just working exclusively for Arthur.
You've been saying that for over a year.
Well, I mean, it's the truth. If people want to know,
That's
true. I don't currently have open.
Look, if you can offer Ratosaurus more money than I do, feel free to take my spot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Got his main
my
chick,
friend,
but he's
but
also looking for
forbid.
side chicks.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I was looking for that
He'll
side
nuddle
hustle.
his way into your heart, I guess.
The nutlering business got to dried up for me. I'm my advanced age, so I have to make my money elsewhere at this point. Yeah, that's it. You can give me a hard time on Discord, I guess. No one ever does. I always invite people to give me a hard time on Discord or talk, because like the last BattleTech we had a lot of people in chat being like, "Oh, fuck Brad, like he's a weirdo or whatever." I was like,
I don't think that
I
happened.
was like, come to the Discord. Let's talk about it. Let's have a civil discussion about it.
I think there were one or two people who disagreed with your opinion on Disney, but I don't know that anyone was specifically like, fuck rat.
Well, I mean, it's okay if they do, though. Just come in Discord and let's talk about
Okay.
it. But nobody ever does, so that's a lot.
On the show, Radisaurus, I do not direct outros. You must choose the form of your
All right.
destructor.
Well, let's hear from, since I have typically a long intro and outro, let's juxtapose that with who generally has the shortest intro and outro, Cottontailed. Don't let me down, Cotton.
Hi.
Cotton starts her outro.
10 words.
When I was a young girl.
I've been working on my thesis for my doctorate. Let me just go ahead and read that off for you.
Cabots. The care and feeding.
I'm Cotton. You can find me on Twitter and AP's Discord. And unlike Rad, do not come at me on Discord.
She will murder you.
She has moderator powers on my server,
true.
so
But we could have nice conversations on Discord.
you could sit down and have a party.
You can have a
get some
nice
tea.
conversation.
Yeah,
Want to have a party, guys?
we could have a party. With that said, let's go to the original party animal, Bearded.
What's up, guys? Bearded Jalapno on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. Open for commissions. Probably going to be streaming tomorrow since I got my stream back up. I think my favorite drawing of the night was Kush Ramen. Either that or like alternate skin Norby was pretty good.
I gotta tell you, I love that you guys write your notes down on the picture area.
I took many photos of this so that we can all access it. I'll put it on the Discord.
Well, you can save the file too. So
Yeah, but do you ever do that, Connor?
He does. He
does.
uploads
Yeah,
the file
every week.
occasionally.
Are these Shep's faces
Occasionally.
over here on the right?
Yeah.
yes,
Those are incredible, man. Like, I love it. I love everything you do when it comes to drawing faces.
Mine?
Yes,
you very
I'm
much.
very envious of all of your abilities to draw faces. Faces are not
Wow,
my,
this
have
is
never
this
been
is
my
complete
thing.
reversal. Shep's normally like, I'm super envious of
But
everybody
I
else
really
on the
like.
show.
I decided not to say that this week.
I was gonna.
Instead, someone else said it to
I
you.
was going to keep my mouth shut. Rad, you started drawing. I'm like, holy crap, he's so good. And so I'm like, I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
No, I
But I
gotta,
appreciate it. I
I gotta
appreciate
get with
that.
you about like your brush choices and stuff. I love how pencil-y all your stuff looks. It's great.
I just made that brush tonight. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. I
I'll
don't know
tell
you can make brushes on this.
I do like, side note, I do like making my own brushes, and they're not that sophisticated, but in Clip Studio Paint, I use my own brushes there too, because I
Awesome.
want it to look like pencils.
Well, tell us more about that and more about yourself.
But
Cotton, are you done?
It was me, but now it's you.
Oh my God, I'm that far behind. Sorry
Yeah.
about that. Yeah. All right. So I'm robSHEPart on Twitch and Instagram. Like I said before, I draw D&D, monsters, critters, creatures, commissions, that kind of stuff. And I will be streaming in about an hour. And tonight I'm continuing my illustration of a gelatinous cube in the tunnel. And there's a skeletal figure kind of floating, previous victim. So that's what I'm working on tonight. Over to you, Connor.
Hey folks, my name is Connor Hughes. I'm on Twitch at Connor Hughes, twitch.tv. And yeah, you can check me out. Hopefully I'll be streaming this week. I'll be doing some pinups type of things, as well as please check out our currently running Kickstarter. It's for the game. It's for sort of a sci-fi comic. So if you Google the game plus Kickstarter, you'll find us probably pretty well. Yeah, please check us out. AP, what's going on with you?
I mean, I started, so I feel like we've done everybody.
Sure.
We're full circle.
Full circle. We'll be back next week, probably. If Rad's not here, then I'll do a very good job of assuming that Hermes was Jamaican the whole time and doing his accent correctly.
Oh my God! Please be back here.
I've actually been to Jamaica, so Ocho Rios is beautiful, and I will completely butcher the accent horribly. I'll destroy it just for you, Bearded. I will intentionally get it so wrong you're Your tears
Dead on the
could
floor.
feel.
It will be borderline racist.
Borderline racist? Come on now, that doesn't sound like me. Does it?
Only when you did that
Okay.
Pathfinder, was it Jade Regent? There's a whole one of those whole books is like incredibly racist.
I mean, I didn't make
No,
the
you
accents
didn't.
racist, but the character was racist.
No, the best part of that was how painful it was for you to read through the character's
Yeah, the guy
lines.
was just like, I love foreign women. Ha 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 ha. And I was
You're
like,
like real
great, this
sweaty. You're like, oh my god, I hate this.
Somebody-
so much."
this is literally
Get so much hate
directly.
mail.
This is a published Pathfinder adventure path. This is literal dialogue ripped right from the fucking book.
I swear, I'm
I
not
don't
to
know.
give you a hard time, but your discomfort during that whole section of the show was my favorite part
You
of
know,
that whole show.
some of the bad guys are really easy to play. Like if they're like, that's right. I've secretly been manipulating the kingdom for years. Thousands of people have died by my hand, and even now I plunge them towards war. But if it's just like one guy's like, I'm racist, I'm like, oh, this is really hard to play.
Balls.
I'm racist. Let me go ahead and behead these slaves for fun.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's a tough time. All right, so maybe you want to watch that show. It's called Jade Regent. Probably you don't want to watch it. It wasn't super great. Mistakes were made. One of my first shows. I didn't even have overlays back then.
We'll just leave it at that.
I got overlays midway through Jade Regent. That's how old it is. That's it. We'll be back next week. Have a good night.
Bye, everyone.
Fire
Bye, buddy.
noise. Swish, do I actually have an end card for this anymore?
I don't know.
It looks like I do. Swish.